Hello, welcome to this your channel at the Eurofan. Text me. What happened with Poland last year rarely happens in the competition, starting by the selection of Blanka, which was sparkled with controversy, with the accusations of cronyism towards her during her participation in the national final, and later with the staging presented in the contest, which has been much criticized after the first rehearsal scene. But even so, despite all of that, she ended up qualifying for the grand final and ranking into 19th place. Anyway, even with the modest result achieved, it is clear that Poland wants to start over with a clean slate and keep going on. Let's see who will be the next artist that will have the task of representing the Slavic country in Mo. Here we go. For today's episode, I'm going to review the Polish entry for Eurovision 2024, which will be represented by singer Luna with the song The Tower. First, we're going to take a look to her biography and career before leaving her Eurovision experience in Swedish lands. Aleksandra Katarzyna Wielgomasz, justly well known as Luna, is a Polish alternative pop singer and songwriter coming from the country's capital, Warsaw. She has her beginnings in music at a very early age, by receiving violin and piano classes in a musical institute in the town of Grodzin Mazowiecki. Then she would return again to Warsaw, where she would resume both her academic and musical studies. Her beginnings as singer date from 2010, when she joins a children's choir, in which she would receive eventually her first singing lessons. During her teenage years, she attended a course of legal and political sciences between 2015 and 2018. Approximately during that same period of time, she will have a secondary role in a play, which she will leave after beginning her studies in the degree of liberal arts at the University of Warsaw during 2018. Her musical career will start casually at the same time like her university career, although at first under the stage name of Ola Wielgomasz. She will release only a couple of singles in Polish in the time span of 2 years under an indie local record label, and also participating in some musical festivals of the Polish capital. It is during 2020 when a turning point happens in her musical career, starting with the change of her stage name, abandoning Ola Wielgomasz to now use Luna, by which she is currently known. The release of her fourth single as an artist will suppose her rise to fame, achieving a modest performance in the musical charts of the country, which will lead her to get in a short time a record deal with a world-renowned record label. She has 2 releases to date, with a first EP released in 2021 with compositions in English, and her debut studio album in 2022 with compositions in Polish, with which she has achieved a good performance in the musical charts of the country, starting to get herself a name among the alternative musical scene. Musically speaking, her work is usually described as emotionally characterized and mysterious, influenced by her interests in art, philosophy, poetry, ecology, and mostly astrology, the latter one strongly related with her stage name. She also cites among her artistic influences to the singers Nick Cave and Björk. Having seen a little more of her, let's take a look now how is that she ends up becoming the Polish representative for the contest. For this time, the Polish public broadcaster has decided to opt for an internal selection to pick the next Polish representative that will travel to Sweden. This will be strongly influenced by the controversy happening during the national final from last year, but also with the organizational changes faced by the broadcaster after the government change in late last December. For this, a submission period was open in early last January for the Polish artists and songwriters who were interested in taking part in the process, closing in by early last February. By the deadline, it was known that the broadcaster received a total of 212 proposals, which will be later long-listed to 23. Thereafter, a 5-member selection committee appointed by the broadcaster will review these long-listed proposals, with each member scoring their favorite proposals in a scale from 1 to 10, and the proposal with the most amount of points will be selected to represent Poland in the Scandinavian country. Then, by last week February, it was finally announced the selection of Luna as the next Polish entrant at Eurovision during a morning show of the broadcaster, with the presentation of both the song and its accompanying official music video. An impressive and enigmatic proposal at the same time. Here I'm going to analyze in detail about the track she is presenting us for this time. Melodically speaking, it's an alternative pop song, staying true to the essence of her musical work. The verses are soft and loaded with mysticism, while the chorus and the bridge are intense and powerful. Luna's voice will also follow that same trend, in which, without having extraordinary vocal skills, I consider she has the ones needed to transmit the mystic and mysterious character delivered with the song. Talking about the lyrics, it has been written by herself together with a duo of British songwriters. On the other hand, Luna has stated in many interviews that the lyrics are a manifest of freedom and strength, describing it as a journey of self-realization from the depths of our darkness and negativity. In this sense, the song's title is used as a metaphor of the limited potential and the negativity we create ourselves, encouraging the listener in this case to topple that tower by using our inner strength to let out those leashes and open up to the world. All this can be perceived after reading the lyrics more in detail, recurring to a somehow poetic and maybe a little philosophical style. The message will be implicit while you're figuring out the lyrics, intending us to gather courage and bravery to overcome those obstacles in our mind that are keeping us trapped, so we can fully live our lives and be the owners of our own destiny. After seeing the interesting background of the song, let's see now how she portrays it through the official music video. The plot begins with Luna entering into a hall where there is a table with a chessboard and a timer, while she starts to perform the first verse. Here it's important to stand out the chess game, as Luna is using it as a metaphor towards her different relationships, which represent different areas of her life, as well as the fight she keeps with these, intended to illustrate them as part of the concept in the plot of the music video. As long as it progresses, Luna is seen sitting at the table, having her first opponent in front of her brother, with which she starts to play chess, coming to attention a shot in which he has the piece of the king on his hand and out of the square. It can be understood from this action the intention of her brother to take the initiative and to keep control of the dynamic of the relationship between them. By the first chorus, the scene changes to a lobby, where Luna is seen with a group of dancers, wearing quite abstract white outfits, while they perform a contemporary dance choreography. In the second verse, the scene goes back again to the chess table, with Luna starting to play with her second opponent, her best friend. But this one, instead of doing her first move, she pulls all her pieces out of the squares towards Luna's pieces, in which casually the piece of the king falls down, understanding that she is giving up and prefers to not continue with the match. It is not clear for me what does mean this action for her, although it comes to my mind that it could be an expression of arrogance and superiority from her. Shortly after, a third opponent is seen, her boyfriend, with which she starts to play normally, but in some moment when Luna wants to finish her turn by pressing the timer, he takes her heart to avoid her from doing it. This is evidently related with the myth that the man has to be the one to keep the power in the relationship. For the second chorus, the scene goes back into the lobby, where the choreography of Luna with the dancers continues. And then in the bridge, there are other shots with the dancers holding Luna up in the air. During the final chorus, which starts calm, the scene goes back to the chess table, and Luna is seen with her fourth opponent, herself in the future, with which she does not start a match yet. However, it will represent the most important match, as it represents that fight with herself, with her imperfections and limitations. Shortly after, when the chorus gets intense again, some shots on Luna are seen representing in a very particular way her own tower, representing precisely that darkness and that negativity that keeps her trapped as it is described throughout the lyrics. These shots alternate as well with the ones at the chess table, evidencing in particular how Luna improves her game tactics during the matches with the different opponents. in a manifest to be ready to win and overcome all the difficulties even with herself. During these short sessions, there are other more with Luna fighting with those leashes that are keeping her tied and captive in her inner thoughts and feelings, until the performance finishes with her breaking finally the leashes. She has freed herself in this case to take control of her life. Making a summary of the comments, I like very much the Polish entry for this year. In my opinion, it's a proposal that is presenting a quite solid concept with a strong meaning after checking out both the song and the music video, and I think that it will stand out a lot. In this single stage staging will be crucial to get the attention and the votes as well from the audience. I'm talking about the staging in Momo, by the way. She has commented that she has been working on it with a working team, although without revealing too much details to keep the surprise factor. My particular prediction is that it will follow the same trend seen in the music video, although there is the possibility that she could take the concept much further ahead of the staging. On the other hand, it is known that she has been working on her second studio album at the same time with the preparations of her entry, expected to be released during the same year after her participation in the contest. Because in fact she's quite busy right now promoting her entry live in technically all the Eurovision pre-parties of the season, which will evidently serve as experience for her when she gets the turn to get on the main stage of Momo. And you? What do you think about the Polish entry for this year? Let me know your comments down below as we can make discussion. And this is it for today's episode. If this video has been of your taste, give a like so you can help me to spread it to more people. I also invite you to subscribe to my channel if you have not done it yet, and enable notifications by the way or follow me through my social media. Take care and see you in the next episode. Bye bye.